boys and girls, in honor of X, Y, and Z week, we are going to learn how to create a zip line. I'm going to go over the materials that you're going to need. First, I want you to print out either your male or female Zipline rider. And for mine, I attached a small piece of a popsicle stick on the back just so that you could stand upright. Then you're going to need to think about what you're going to put your Zipline rider into. So look around the house and think about some materials. I knew I had a toilet paper roll. I had a couple of cups. And I also know that I could take a piece of construction paper and roll it, secure it with some tape, but it would be hollow at the bottom, so I'm not sure if my rider would stay in one place. I could put a piece of construction paper over the bottom to make a little cart for her to ride in. And I could do the same thing with my toilet paper tube. I could put her inside and maybe get a piece of paper for the bottom, or I could use one of the cups. So that's one part of the equation that you need to think about. The other thing is, whatever your Zipline rider is in, how are they going to be attached to the zip line? Some things you might have at home. This is like a wire tie that was around some vegetables that I bought at the grocery store. I do happen to have some pipe cleaners. I also have this little plastic gizmo that is what is used to secure a loaf of bread or some English muffins or bagels. You might see these around your house. I also have some paper clips that I might be able to use. And then it's the zip line itself, that piece of string or twine that gets your Zipline rider from one end to the other. So I have twine, I have fishing line, I also have, believe it or not, dental floss. One of the things you're going to be thinking about when you're creating a zip line is something called friction. And friction is when one object rubs against the other. So, in other words, it's a force that actually holds back the movement of something that is sliding. So if we have a zip liner, that friction is what is caused by the rider being transported on our zip line. So an example of friction might be when you are sliding down the playground slide. Your slide is one object and your clothing creates friction as it rubs against the slide. Another one could be any object pushed against a table or across a table. Take, for example, this construction paper. If I flick it, it'll only go so far and it will eventually stop because of the surface here and the surface of the paper actually rubbing against each other. So I want you to think about your materials and let's go build a zip line. Okay, boys and girls, you'll notice in your Zipline packet that this page is in there. And step number 1 says to think or write or draw your idea. So I did give it some thought and I was thinking about friction and how it plays a really big role in stopping the movement of something when it's rubbing against something else. So I did think that maybe the twine wasn't going to be a good idea because I know it's a lot rougher than my fishing line, which is a lot smoother. And when I gave some thought to what my little Zipline rider was going to ride in, I decided to use the paper cup. And as you can see, I kind of cut it in half so that my Zipline rider can go for a ride. The other thing I was thinking about was, what if I made a handle with a pipe cleaner? Would that work? And this is step 2. build your idea. Work together. Think about your materials. So let's give this a test, shall we? I'm going to attach one side of my pipe cleaner to one side of the cup. And I'm going to make a handle shape and attach the other side here. And my little Zipline rider looks like she is ready to go. And you can see I attached my fishing line to one higher point and one lower point. I want it to be sloping downward. I'll put it on and I'll put her up here. Let's see. All right, it moves. Wasn't particularly fast and it wasn't particularly smooth. So it's making me think, we tested it out. Does it work? I would give it a thumbs up. Number 4, can I make it even better? That's what STEM is all about. Think, design, test it. So I'm wondering, I wonder if the pipe cleaner is causing too much friction and is slowing down my Zipline rider. Let me try using a paper clip. I know it's smooth, and maybe I can do something like this. Let's give this a try. I'm going to keep my handle, attach it. Let's see. I'll get my rider in here in 1 minute. Here she is. So this is my second test. I'm still keeping my pipe cleaner, but I'm also adding a nice smooth paper clip. Let's see if it works. Not bad. Something you can do, boys and girls, is to maybe count how long it takes from your Zipline rider to start here and get to the bottom. And maybe that will make you rethink and redesign your creation. But I would say I was pretty successful. And I can try other things at home too. Maybe I can try a twist tie or something else. But this got my juices flowing and I did start to think about it. What I'd like you to do is possibly draw a picture of your successful Zipline, or even maybe some things you tried that didn't quite work and you wanted to redesign it and rethink about it. This paper, again, allows for a space to draw, but you could also use your words and you could say, first, I tried a pipe cleaner and it seemed a bit slow. So then I added a paper clip and it moved much faster. And of course, because you went through all of this work, there was this really cute certificate that said Z is for Zipline, Mrs. C used a Zipline today. So boys and girls, I wish you the best of luck, and I really want to hear about your successes and the things that weren't so successful, because that's what makes a great STEM activity. And as always, I love you and bye-bye.